Hello. Greetings. Okay, so map one theme. DC are on defense first, and Bong are on defense for overtime. Okay, map 2 is Cafe. Bong defend first, DC overtime, then Villas a decider.
Come on, download, finish. Hurry up. Finally, here we go. This may take several minutes. Oh, please don't take several minutes.
What?
No, I'm just installing a bit of software.
Nice.
Please don't take forever. Following today's match, 4th team red Animal have secured the 3 points and are now guaranteed top spot in the league. Congratulations!
Hey, just waiting for Bong to join.
Okay.
There they are. There he is.
Come on, copying new files. Come on. It's nearly done. Come on! Successfully installed. Nice, done. Cool. I can exit these fucking pages. Come on, Mem, get your boys in.
Oh god. Finn.
He's here. Le Finn.
The Finn. That name should not be allowed.
No, that should be banned outright. I might add that as a banned term.
The Finn.
What the fuck? Mod actions. Apparently you added the 2 permitted terms. Fuck me and cunted.
Because Twitch chat, like, it asks you when, like,
yeah, that's because I told it to. That was me.
Like, it asks us, like, why is it not allowed? Us to allow it.
It's because I think I told it to be a bit more strict.
Why?
I don't know. I'm going on auto mod now. No, swear words and profanity, there's no filtering. What the fuck?
We don't want filtering for profanity.
Sexual acts.
We don't want filtering,
No
for that. No filtering for that.
No, I haven't got any filtering for that.
My chat has to be nice
The
and
only one I
sexual.
do is discrimination. Like, there's a bit of filtering on that one.
Just a tad.
Just a bit. There's also some on. There's less filtering on. Hostility is the tag, which includes provocation and bullying. So I thought, don't want any of that.
Oh, Mega Exalted used modified auto mod properties.
Sexual content level 0. Hostility level 1.
Apparently Maeve is out on a dog walk. So we have to wait for them to get back. That's fun.
If you know, like, many days in advance that you have a cup final, why do you think, oh yeah, I'm gonna go walk my dog?
Like weeks in advance.
Yeah, this has been planned for, what, 2 weeks?
Oh god.
Shocking, really. Dog walk.
Awful behaviour.
Yeah. So we are just waiting on Maeve.
He was currently walking the dog.
Could be euphemism, we're not quite sure. But yeah. Weird champ, yes.
Some weird champs in the chat.
Yeah. Some weird champs for Maeve's dog walk, please.
Hey.
He's done dog walking.
He's...
Pig sends good luck. Thank you, sir. I shall bless these teams
Wow, pig showing favoritism.
with your presence.
owner of the league wants DC to win. Wow.
Oh,
Imagine. Oh wait, they're not even responding in chat. I'll go talk to them. Alright guys, is everyone ready?
Yeah.
Sort of. Right, have you got these settings set up how it's done in the Discord, so like with the set overtimes and everything? Sorry, the set overtime sides, I mean.
Please
We
double
have
check.
Orange attacking first and overtime, which is DC, so that's correct, yeah.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, I think we're good to go.
Cool.
Alright. Good luck guys.
Thank
Have
you.
fun, guys.
Have fun.
Okay.
we ready? Let's go. Theme park,
Okay.
map 1.
SSL Cup Grand Final, Team Bong versus Team Digital Chaos, Theme Park Map 1. With DC defending first, of course.
It's a historic occasion today. It's a big moment. I'm very, very happy that I'm here.
Ooh, DC banning the Kali out. Wanted to keep Thatcher on the board, so
Muy
choose to get
interesante.
rid of his alternative. Perhaps someone on Bong is particularly proficient with that sniper rifle.
Maybe they've done a few VOD reviews. I know Eclipse did do a couple of documents before he departed. So
Maverick
whether they
also
still have
taken out,
those-
so Thatcher is on the board. That is exciting. That is not something you see too
Mhm.
often.
It's going to be very nice
Very nice.
to see what can be done with the Thatcher on the board.
Bong also banning the Legion. Bong always ban the Legion. Every time they play, they always ban Legion. They obviously just don't
Maybe
like.
they're just not used to looking at the floor.
I don't think they're like little pricks. That's all.
I think you could use this to their advantage. They go, oh, they're banning Legion. Maybe they just don't look at the floor that often. Maybe we should play Frost. Hmm? Yeah?
And an Echo ban as well. Not too uncommon there. I mean, honestly, it just allows DC to play a Monty freely, because Bong never played the Monty. And with Legion banned, it makes multiplayer a lot easier.
Yeah. Looks like DC are going to opt to go to this pretty default site on this map, Armory Throne. A notoriously difficult site to attack, as there aren't too many places you can attack from. You've obviously got the 3 different walls, but each of them can be quite well defended if you have the right utility there. 6-bit coming out from Panic, from the Maestro onto the Bandit, as it seems. And we also see a Hibana 6-pick as well from Bong.
Interesting to see the Mirror played on Armory. You don't often see her played. She's not typically the most useful, so I'm wondering if Mirror will be playing upstairs, and she is rotating up. So yeah, I think we're going to see a heavy top floor holder using those mirror windows. I like this idea.
Yeah, this is looking very spicy. That's it. They've kind of taken theme park and gone, this is good. But then they've added some extra spices. They've added some paprika. They've added some cumin. A bit of a Chinese 5 spice in there. They've just gone, let's spice this up, make it nice and juicy, nice and tasty. You know, put it on the grill for a little bit.
5 seconds to insertion.
So very nice.
Most mirrors will be looking over towards the east side of the map. So if Bong do decide to attack from Cafe, DC could get taken off guard slightly. It's a very
Looks like
heavy
Finn
top
is
floor
going to be
hold.
joining Lal on upstairs to help with the 2 mirrors that are there. See, Thermite's just going to put down a little claymore outside of Barrel's window there. But they are going to start droning Barrels as well. Just to check if anyone's in there. No one in there at the moment. But we still have the 3 on site now. And the 2 upstairs. So yeah, just not too much going on at the moment. Just waiting for the attacking team to enter the building.
We see Bong have read into this heavy-sided defense on the east side, so they're attacking from the west, so they don't have to contest the mirror windows. should make things a lot easier for them. Thatcher here will be focusing on this Dorm's side push, and he will be contested by the Jaeger, waiting out for an easy pick. Bong will get taken down. It's Hibana taken out. Nice coverage there from the Mirror to protect Finley, but the Mirror will get taken out, so it's a C4 off the board, not ideal. So it's a 4 versus 4 now, minute 40 seconds left. We only have one player left for DC upstairs, and that is the Jaeger of Finley. We'll be contesting out with these players up here. Flashbang sails out and blinds him, so he could be in a dangerous position here. Just running about dangerously, and there you go. Thatcher takes him out, so it's a 4 versus 3. Bong with the advantage now as they take top of the top floor control.
Yeah, an excellent roam clear from Bong. They knew exactly what DC were planning and executed perfectly onto it with a minute and a half to spare, as they are now going to try and execute onto barrel wall, get that wall open with the thermite. Bandit potentially hit a bandit trick, but he gets taken out from the hatch. I think that is by the Thatcher. Very nice kill, and that means that barrel wall is going to be open and they have a line into sight.
50 seconds left, and we only have 2 defenders remaining, Mem and Maeve, the Mute and the Wamai. And with 2 walls open up, Bong still have 40 seconds left to work with. Thermite almost gets taken down, but the Wamai does in the meantime, and they get Mute finish off as well. A strong start there from Team Bong, a 4K on the round for the Thatcher.
Yeah, an excellent round really. It all started with that brilliant roam clear. They managed to get both of the Romans off the top floor within a minute and a half, which left them a lot of the round still to try and execute onto the site. A nice kill coming in, taking out the bandit, just leaves the 2 players remaining, and it was an easy win there for Bong after that, I think.
It was an interesting setup to see the 2 mirror runners placed upstairs, but both of them watching cache and control side allowed Bong to read into it and fight their way in from dorms, which really showed the hole in that strategy. There was not much contention whatsoever from DC, and hardly any time wasted at all.
Yeah, I'm not sure what they were trying to accomplish with that kind of that roam, because they obviously knew they were going to be completely exposed from that side of the map if they were attacked from that way. But nonetheless, they can't do much about it now. They've just got to prepare for next time. We do see they're going to kids boats, and they're going to, as most teams are doing nowadays, they're going to extend into office and initiation.
A lot of utility placed once again in this initiation and office rooms. So let's see if DC will be able to hold the west side as well this time. Seems like a rather similar setup to most teams. You have the shields placed in the doorways, able to contest these long angles from the attackers. There's actually 3 shields in all the doorways, wow. But all spawning on the west side actually.
Yeah, it doesn't look like there's going to be too much presence on that east side of the map unless they manage to rotate over the top. We do have the 1 player over there, but it's a thermite and he is coming straight to the roof, and I think he'll probably be rotating over. There's not too much he could do by himself, and it looks like he is coming over to the cafe side of the map.
We actually already see the Hibana entering into cafe. So there's barely any contention once again from DC on this other side of the map. They just assume they're attacking from the east, which does allow the Hibana to get on into cafe straight away. DC should be able to hear the sound cue, and they will be able to call out the push. So maybe they will be able to rotate these players around and get them back into sight to try and help deal with this push. We also have the Finn playing downstairs, and you will be looking for a flank, and we have 4 players
Sledge
in
is
cafe.
potentially aware of some roam from DC. He is just going to be playing on those stairs, just making sure that nobody does come and flank. But he is looking back up towards the site now, so this would be the perfect time for Finn to come from behind and flank, but nothing as of yet. Panic does get 1 though, onto the Nomad. Another kill coming in onto the Sledge there. I think there was a refrag onto the Maverick, onto the Maestro. Lots of kills happening all over the place here.
Yeah, we see a flurry of kills, and it's now down to 1 player on Bong. That is the Hibana left all alone. She's actually inside a daycare, and there you go, taken out. Clean sweep there from DC. really showing how they can adapt to these pushes and how they can just win these rounds off the gun skill.
Yeah, a much better defensive show from DC there. They managed to adapt to, as you said, adapt to the west side presence that Bong brought there. They stacked a lot of people in through Cafe, and so they just said, right, let's get bodies back to site so that we can try and deal with this strong presence, because people being over that east side of the map, it would have been completely useless. So a good adaptation from DC and a much needed first defensive round.
Now, for round 3, we'll be going back to Armory and the throne room, and once again we have the mirror picked out. It seems like the exact same lineup DC had as before, so we will not really be seeing much variation in their overall setup. Let's see if they can try and focus a bit more manpower on the other side of the map, so Bong can't push in from breaks so easily as before.
Yeah, hopefully they've learned their mistakes from last time. I believe it's the exact same, apart from they bought a Maestro this time instead of the Bandit, I believe. Yeah. But other than that, it's looking like the same setup. As we see, the mirror is going upstairs, so there'll be a similar setup up there. But let's just hope that they've learned from what Bong did last time, so they can try and counter it. We do see Bong have brought the Twitch.
We see a completely different mirror setup. We have one looking on into daycare, and they're opening up the daycare wall to look on into cafe using that mirror window. It is strange though, because Bong pushed in break last time, so if they get in there again, they could just pop this mirror window. So I want to see if Bong do the same thing, go on into break, or if they do push cafe. They are droning it out actually.
Yeah, we do see again a heavy west presence from Team Bong. They are going to be droning out Cafe, and the Hibana is entering through there, so the mirror will have a line of sight onto this Hibana if Hibana does end up pushing all the way through. Just being a bit cautious at the moment and does end up backing out and going to the roof. I think they've thought better of their strategy there.
Nice pick from the Twitch drone to take care of that mirror window, which will allow the players of Bong to push into daycare if they want to.
Yeah, it just makes it a bit more difficult for the defenders to be able to hold that position now that there is no more mirror window there. Finn is still playing in bunks though, in that bedroom side, so he's going to still provide some contest to anyone that is attempting to push that way. You see someone playing on that upper arcade there, and he gets a kill onto the mirror. Finn is still there though, so he could do something. He's just playing in that corner. The Thatcher's not aware of it just yet.
Oh, nice refrag there from Finn as he's able to pick up the Thatcher. He drops as well, does a bit of damage onto the Buck. No, it is taken out eventually. It's actually a Twitch, sorry. So it's much better for time-wise for DC. They still have a minute and 15 seconds though for Bong to work with here. Oh, and a nice kill there from the roaming mute of Memory. Takes out the Twitch as well. It's now 3 versus 3. Oh, unfortunate timing there for Memes. He gets taken out as he tries to rotate away. So 3 versus 2 now, all down to the 2 players left in sight.
Yeah, a minute left on the round here. There's only a little less time than they had previously. So they've obviously still got some time to be able to execute onto the site. They've got no breach denial anymore. So they're going to just have to... Oh, Hibana's in sight and has taken out the Wamai there. Maestro here, and he rotates out into Dragon Corridor, going towards 90 here. So he's just giving up site presence, trying to take out people from outside of sight. He's just spraying down a bit of a whiff here from Panic, the thermite player, and he gets the kill. That's an unfortunate series of events there. For that was painful to watch. It's sad when you see things like that, because it's nothing's going your way in those kind of gunfights.
It was a nice adaptation from DC, really. It did waste a lot more time from Bong. They were a lot less confident in taking that top floor control. But when they did start winning these one-on-one gunfights, DC kind of fell apart and they couldn't hold sight with only 2 players left.
Yeah, I think the thing that switched for them in that round was we saw the Hibana enter in through Cafe and just have a look at what's going on. And then I think that call to the Twitch to just say we need to get rid of this mirror window, and it's really on the side of DC. It's down to them that the Twitch was able to get a drone into dorms and get that mirror window open, and that truly allowed them to be able to get into that side of the map and contest. Because if that window was still up, it would have been much more difficult. So a good adaptation from DC to try and stop what they were doing, stop what Bong were doing on that west side of the map, but an even better adaptation from Bong to be able to bring that Twitch and get that mirror window open.
It's interesting here, DC, after 2 failed attempts at Armory and Throne, he gets to give up on that site, and they're choosing to go to Drug Lab instead of Initiation, which is often seen as one of the better sites on the map. You don't often see Drug Lab picked.
We do see this played at a PL kind of level, but it's not too favourable of a site at this kind of competitive level that we're playing here. But if you can defend it properly, it is a very difficult site to be able to attack. It has got quite a destructible floor from above, so if you can get that soft destruction now from above, especially in the drug, I think it's storage, the one with the table in the middle of it, that one has an especially wooden floor because it's right beneath Cafe. So if you can get that open, that often puts a lot of pressure on the defense. So
we see the 2 players roaming upstairs, actually dropping down. Both the Jaeger and the Muzzy already been droned out, so they will just drop straight away, and that gives a lot of free roam for Bong to use that vertical play, as you're talking about, to look on into sight and pick off any defenders they might see. The Twitch in the meantime will find the opening killer. That's Jaeger taken down. Not ideal to lose that opening gunfight, and no refrag in sight, so DC are really at a man disadvantage now.
Yeah, it doesn't look like Bong have too much soft destruction on their side, really. The only operator that I can see that potentially might have it is that Thatcher, and he does, but he has already used all of his breach charges, so he'll have no more to use for getting above sight. Panic does get a nice frag onto the Twitch. I believe that's the refrag from the Jaeger. So brings it back into the 4v4.
Tagged on from the Mozzie. That's the Hibana taken out as well. So Bong now at the disadvantage 3-4. We also made it very low health, and the castle inside of Armory taken out as well. So, and that's actually a second there on the Maeve, and a third. It's all down to the Maestro play inside of storage. 1 versus 3, 55 seconds left to work with for Bong as well, so they have all the time in the world to figure out where this player is and try and take him out. He finds one but can't land the shots, and there we go. 3-1 now for Bong. It's not looking good for DC. On a map like Theme Park, you'd expect the defensive half to be winning quite strongly. But DC already 2 rounds behind. The best they can hope for is a 3-3 split.
Yeah, that was certainly an interesting choice of site for DC. It didn't look too good in their favour from the start. They got pushed off that top floor run quite quickly, and then lose an opening frag of the Jaeger. But 2 nice kills that come in from DC. Looked like the round was going back in their favour. But then 3 kills come in from Bong in quick succession, and it kind of dooms the Maestro in that position there. So it was looking promising from DC at one point, but in the end, Bong just too good on the gun skill and eventually win the round out.
Defenders, protect your bombs from being defused.
Now, after the only site they have won has been daycare dorms, DC are able to go back there after it's been unlocked once again, and they are going for the same sort of setups they had before. The shields watching the east side. They don't seem to be rotating any utility over towards Cafe, even though Bong pushed it really hardly last time. They pushed up the yellow stairs and in Cafe, and it was going well for them at first, but DC were able to rotate around. Interesting to see them not place any utility over here, really.
Yeah, it seems like pretty much, I'm not sure if there's any difference, but it looks like near enough the exact same setup that they brought last time on this site. So I understand why. Obviously, it worked. So if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So nothing out of the ordinary, really. It's the same attacking lineup that we've seen all day so far from Bong. So we'll see if DC can take another defensive round here as they previously have on this site, or whether Bong can close out a 4th attacking round, which will be very impressive.
Yeah, after their failed attempt at attacking this site before, it seems Bong have switched up their attack to this east side take, so they will have to deal with all of this utility placed here from DC, all these Goya shields. The meat jammers on the walls as well, so it'll be really hard for Bong to find their headway and get on in.
Yeah, they're going to have to waste a lot of utility trying to push this way. But as you said, the west side push that they tried to take last time didn't pan out very well. And the Hibana's just felt, oh, a Claymore kill onto the Jaeger. So that's a nice kill on the roam. I'm not sure where that Jaeger was, but it's a very well placed Claymore. Takes out, and it was on the run out as well. Ooh.
An aggressive play there from the Ormai gets him killed as well, so a minute and 30 left. DC already found themselves with 2 casualties. Very aggressive plays from them. Not ideal. Drones will come out and spot out the Goyas still playing inside of initiation room. They will have to take care of him if they want to push on into sight, but it shouldn't be too hard for the 5 players left alive to collapse onto this push, really. Ooh,
Yeah,
very close shot there from the meat. Also almost takes that out, and a beautiful C4 takes out one. Ooh, almost finds a second, but Abana shuts him down, so it's now 2 versus 4 left alive, Maestro and Mute. 2 quick kills come through for Bong, 4-1 now. Very nice from Bong to win out that round.
Yeah, that round seemed to go incredibly quickly. The first kill, obviously, the Claymore on the run out, it's unfortunate really, but it's at the end of the day, it's a very well placed Claymore. The second one onto the Wamai, I'm not sure why he was aggressively peeking that kind of angle when he knows that's what side they're pushing from. But it's what gets him killed, and it pretty much gives most of that side of the map control to Bong. And I think that really was just the tipping point that just takes the map control and the round control over to Bong, and it was just a matter of picking up those final 3 frags in order for them to close it out, and that is exactly what they did.
Now, after a failed attempt at that site, we will see DC switching up to the only site they haven't played yet, which is Initiation Room. It's good to see that they are prepared for every site, as you don't want to come into a map like this unprepared when you can visit all bomb sites because they are viable. Let's see if they can kind of confuse Bong a bit with this site pick, and maybe win a round because of it. Now bear in mind, this is actually Bong's map pick, so it's not a surprise to see them very confident with it to pick out this map. They are obviously happy to play on it and really confident in their skills to play it and win it out. We will be seeing Cafe as the second map, which was DC's pick, so let's see. Let's hope they can come back a bit more on that map.
Yeah, DC, I have played them on Cafe once or twice in scrims, and they have been very confident on that map in particular. So it's not a surprise seeing that that is the map that they pick. But that is not this map. We're still playing on Theme Park. It's 4-1 to Bong.
We see Finn here once again with the aggressive plays inside the battle room. He hears the Claymore go out, so he breaks open the window, trying to scare his opponents, but they know he can't jump out that window because of the Claymore place there. He's getting ready now inside of the arcade entrance to try and prep this window as well, because there's no Claymore on it. He could jump out here theoretically and find this Twitch, who is playing on this break rappel. He is going to make a lot
of noise breaking that barricade though, so surely if he does try and jump out that Twitch, we'll know about it. But he's just sitting there under that window for now. The Twitch is still kind of repelling on here.
Very risky plays.
Waiting to see if anyone is jumping out from maintenance.
We do also see the pulse as well below here, so that'll be able to feed a lot of information to his team. Now we see a double rappel into break room. The smoke will expend 1 gas canister, and it's not the best use of utility really. You want to waste those. Don't want to be wasting those too early on, and the smoke will actually be going down. Twitch down to very low HP, but not ideal for DC to lose out that player.
Yeah, it's an excellent pinch there from Bong. We do see Finn trying to get out a few shots playing on top of one of those arcade machines in lower arcade, but doesn't manage to find any hits. We do see Mem and the Hibana of Chevy going at it.
It's a double kill and a triple kill there from Finn. Almost a fourth, but he is taken down. Finn really saving his team there in this round. It's all down now to the Hibana 1 versus 3. She has a minute to work with, but not looking ideal for her as she is already on low health.
Yeah, Maeve takes out the Thermite, so it's all left on the Hibana with less than 25 HP here, so it's going to be very difficult for him to pick up this round against 3 defenders with still a decent amount of health on the side of DC. So he's just got to pick up that bomb. He's got 45 seconds left to work with. He has Panic playing downstairs on the mute, but 2 people playing very tight angles. We see men there on the castle just playing on top of the bar in the corner there, so a very off angle, just trying to catch out this Hibana here. But Maeve, a nice kill onto the Hibana. 4-2 at the half in favour of Team Bong.
DC not at an advantageous position, but they have salvaged it a bit. A big play there from Finn allows DC to finish the split 4-2, so it is still winnable for them if they feel comfortable on their attacks. There it is, the Monty pick, as I theorized before. With the Legion off the board, it should allow DC to play the Monty rather freely.
Yeah, it's not often.
Actually, see a 6 pick off the Monty onto the Thermite. Well,
interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was no hard breaching outline, so I kind of needed this.
Yeah, very true. It's interesting that we see DC bring Buck, because he's an operator that has been said in recent times that he's been effectively worked out of the current meta because of the most recent nerf, obviously where he got his frag grenades taken from him, and so he hasn't seen much competitive action recently. Because obviously Sledge still has his nades and that soft destruction capability, so he is the more favoured attacking pick for soft destruction now rather than Buck. But we see Lalon picking him on this particular site. I'm not sure whether they were predicting Bong to go to this site or not. It's not your usual first site pick, and Buck won't be the most effective on this site in particular. There's not much that he can breach other than a few floorboards and hatches and such. So it'll be interesting to see how DC try to enable the use of that Buck, particularly on this site and with this setup that Bong are trying to bring here.
We have a cap cannon play.
Is it mean in this lobby? What's going on?
It's not easy every day, especially in sort of comp situation.
I mean, you play for Clown. What are you playing for Bong for? Get off. Stop it.
What's going on? Now, DC are obviously choosing to push from the east side, so they will have to contest all of this utility. The mute jammers, the bandit batteries, the cast barricades, the reinforcements all set up here. The cast barricades will actually allow DC to push in aggressively and take control here early on. Cast barricade is taken out.
This is going to be absolute hell for DC to try and push through. The amount of utility that Bong have set up on this site is it's going to be a gargantuan task for them to be able to get rid of it all. And so I wouldn't be surprised if they do shift up.
It's a nice opening kill there from Finn, taking down the bandit straight away. It's a C4 straight away off the board. Second cast barricade also taken out. Good utility from the Ash. Castle will still be contesting from inside of dorms. Actually, initiation has been left now. Bong decided to rotate out, go back to site. Minute 20 seconds left. DC have full map control of the east side, so they still have a minute to work with as well to try and push on into site, find these picks they need to try and get a plant down. Maybe they will find a second one there. Mute taken out, and so is the cap can, so it's 2 versus 5. DC really showing their claws on attack so far.
Yeah, a lot of work still to do. They still have to try and get an execute onto this site. We have 2 players. Larlong picks up the 1, so 1 site is now free. It's all up to the Jaeger, who's been very powerful so far. He's already got 10 kills in 6 rounds. Let's see what he can do here in our 1v5. Just spraying a few shots down just to try and stop these guys getting through the door. But there's Finn on the Ash to pick up the final kill of the round. A very good attacking round, a flawless attacking round for DC, looking very confident on the attack.
Yeah, Finn has really woken up these last 2 rounds, and that has allowed DC to find their headway, find their footing, and then actually win a couple. 4-3 now. They're looking very strong on their attacks, DC, so this game really still is up in the air.
Yeah, definitely. Now that we've moved on to the attack, we're seeing a different, electrified DC, and it's nice to see a different side to them, particularly since their defensive half was rather underwhelming, to say. So to see them like this on attack is it's very good. It's good to see it.
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many bombs as they can.
It is interesting to see the meta shift. A lot of maps these days are going more attacker favoured, which is strange.
By attackers.
Yeah, very interesting. I've noted over the last few days when we've been scrimming that every map we play seems to be attacker sided. It's really strange. I don't get it. We're probably just bad.
It might be the fact that everyone's a bit tired of the 20-second meta. The aggressive plays on the attack are really just winning out those gunfights, allowing attackers to get on into sight.
Very true.
5 seconds remaining.
Yeah, we see a similar sort of setup here coming out
I
from Bong.
think we have a full turtle strat here from Bong. There we have all 5 players castling themselves into sight. So DC will straight away be able to find full map control, and it will allow them to have plenty of time to execute onto sight. Let's see if Bong can use these crossfires of all 5 players in sight though to try and win out the round.
What's going to make this particularly much more easy for DC in this round is that they have that Thatcher to be able to deal with a lot of the utility. As you see, they have 4 operators that can be dealt with by the Thatcher. They've got their Jaeger, the Mute, their Bandit and the Wamai, so those can all be either destroyed / disabled by those Thatcher EMPs. Do you see Finn just holding an angle there onto initiation as he drops? Not sure if they've realised that this is a full turtle strat yet, but they're looking quite confident here on the attack. Minute of the round already gone here. They're still just running about upstairs trying to figure out what they want to do with this site, as I'm sure they've figured out they have pretty much full map control now. So we just see Maeve making a few shotgun holes into that A objective just to try and apply some pressure.
Ooh, a lot of damage done there from the Bandit. And it's a C4 nicely caught out there from Maeve. Almost lost his life, but saves himself just slightly. Thermite in the meantime will be able to open up the yellow stairs wall, which does allow DC 1 pathway on into the site. They still have a minute and 50 seconds to work with as well, so they have plenty of time to open up a second wall. Looks like they're going to go for initiation. Control or maintenance wall, rather. Jesus.
None of us could get it. That wall will be opened up. There is absolutely nothing that Bong can do about it. The castle does take some damage. I believe it's from the player playing above. But this turtle strat's looking like it could be a...
the Mute is playing aggressive here, even though he has been droned out, decides to stay in the exact same place using that shotgun. Finn will find one but instantly refragged, so the Ash and the castle both taken out. DC only has 30 seconds left to work with now, as Mem gets himself into a fight, almost dies out, and there we go, Jaeger finds one, but does get a refrag there from the mace. It's 3 versus 3, 3 versus 2, as the Bandit finds a second on the round for himself. He will be going on a flank as well. There's a lot of damage onto the Thermite. The Sledge will find one for himself though, and a second, and it's a triple kill there from Bandit, so it's all down to 1 versus 1. Thermite versus the Bandit. So it does a bit of damage onto Bandit, and Thermite actually wins it out. Somehow the Bandit loses a huge clutch there from Panic, allows DC to even things up 4-4 now.
Yeah, massive plays coming out from Panic on the Thermite there. He absolutely needed to win that out with the pistol as well. The absolute madman runs out of ammo in the primary, whips out that pistol, wins himself the round, puts a 4th round on the board for DC, and it brings it up to a 4-4 now. DC looking much better on the attack.
Now, after that was a close round. Bong obviously thinking they can win it out this time, so we're going back to Armory and Throne Room. It seems to be a similar setup, but instead of the Mute, we are seeing a Valk who is 6 picked off onto Vigil. So this time, obviously, Bong realizing that the Telstra isn't going to work for them, so they're going to try and play at least one player, probably the Vigil, playing around on a roam. So he can't get droned out so easily. DC will be a lot more hesitant on their attacks.
Yeah, obviously they've decided that their turtle strat didn't quite work as they wanted to in the last round. Did come very close down to the wire, but in the end DC did pick up the round. So they do this time decide to bring the Vigil as some sort of roam presence. It's just going to be much harder for DC to be able to figure out where he's playing. We do see a slight extension to upstairs. We see Wamai's reinforcing initiation wall into control. So there will be some upstairs presence from these 2 operators here.
Objective is to locate a bomb and defuse it.
So DC will have to push these guys out if they do want to take that top floor control, as they did in the previous round.
It seems like the Vigil is going to be the only one playing up here. He will just be trying to waste as much time as possible, and then the rest of the players will be playing on the side of sight.
Yeah, it looks a lot like a suicide room. He is castled out of sight, so he cannot go back there. Sorry, if he is pressured out. So he'll just look to waste as much time as he can for the attackers. For the defenders. And then try and pick up a kill or 2 if he can. That is his sole aim in this round.
Because DC are playing that Jackal, they're able to find that Roamer, and the Vigil will have to fall back already. Getting pinged, and he will be found out inside of the storage area. But he can still waste time. DC obviously just really scared of this play. They don't want to get caught out by a flank here.
Yeah, it's an excellent adaptation. Sorry, no, they brought the Jackal last time, so it's
that's a
utility brought.
A beautiful shot there from the Jackal to take care of the Bandit. So it should be easy enough for DC to open up this yellow wall now.
Still another player playing in that corner by the little oven. I believe they have now pushed away. It was that Jaeger. He's now playing in split, but we still have this Vigil here playing in arcade bathroom. So he could definitely be a pain for DC if they don't figure out where he is, or they don't use their Jackal scans to push him out of this position. Doesn't look like Jackal's going to be doing much. He is just in bottom dragon right now. Finn is coming down the arcade stairs though, so he could be in position to take out this roaming Vigil here. He does just take out the castle barricade on split door. The Vigil is droned out though, but the Wamai picks up a kill onto the sledge. Maeve takes some decent damage as well. Finn pops some shots at the Vigil, but no kill so far. So they are very close to each other now. Not sure if the Vigil has seen the crosshair from Finn. But a nice kill from the Vigil,
and he
just rotates away.
Not a 2 versus 4 now. DC, 20 seconds left. They have nothing to do. Panic will be rotating outside, but it doesn't look like you do anything really.
15 seconds.
Yeah,
obviously, just going for this maintenance wall.
The call now should just be to give up for this round, I think, and just talk through what you're going to do for the next one, because this is a mammoth task and it's not successful. An excellent roam from the Vigil, picks up 2 key frags and dooms the round for DC because they could not deal with him in time.
Now, after they are successful on initiation, or on Armory, the side of Bong will be choosing to go for initiation and office as the second site.
We see Bong bring a mirror, which is a pretty common pick, especially on this site of all of them, to be able to hold angles into control and into cache. We do see a 6 pick off of the Maestro onto Bandit, and off of the Thermite onto Thermite. That's a very interesting one. I'm not sure what they're going to do with that Thermite instead of the original pick, which was, I believe, it was the Thermite that he 6 pick off of there. So it's a bit of a different role change from Panic. So adjusting from Thermite to Thermite is going to be a bit difficult, but hopefully he'll be able to pull it off.
It's nice here to see the mirror being played out once again. Bong this time using it on initiation.
Yeah, we don't always see that
What's
side
going
of the
on
wall
here?
left unreinforced. So
Bit of confusion there
looks like there's
from Bong.
Yeah, some sort of confusion here. Not sure whether this was the plan or not, but Bong is going to be castling up that door into control, so it's going to be very difficult to be able to deal with this mirror window here.
Once again we see both mirror windows facing the east side, both cache and control we contested. Let's see if DC rather will read into this, and I think they have. Yeah, they're looking to push in from the west side. They do have this Vigil to take care of on the room here, top of Arcade Stairs. Does get droned out and he is rotating away now. Bandit Hit is also able to help him out. Goes back onto his initial position and he will try and fight a fight there. A lot of damage done onto the Ash. Good start there for him. Drones come on through.
Finn gets away with his life there. Just taps a few more bullets back, but the Jaeger is now rotating away downstairs, probably going towards those yellow stairs. And that's where he will reside for the moment. Castle is currently playing in daycare, as is a nice pick onto the Bandit from Panic. Starts it off for DC. The Jackal, sorry, gets taken down by the Castle. Castle does try and wide peek, but is taken out by the Sledge of Lol on there. A refrag coming in from the Jaeger that was onto Panic. Leaves it in a 3v3 at the moment for Bong.
Nice pre-fire there from the Sledge, nets a kill onto Mute as well, so Bong now finds themselves at the man disadvantage. Minute and 18 seconds left for DC, so they have plenty of time now to work with to try and push on into site. They have lost their hard breach though, so they can't open up a wall, so they will be forced to push on through this waiting double door. And with 2 players left alive, both the Jaeger and the Mirror will be able to create a beautiful crossfire here onto the push. Drones will come through, so DC will know the positions of these players. Not ideal for them, and there we go. DC do lose 1 player, the Ash taken out, and it's 2 versus 2 now. DC really stalling out without this hard breach to push on into site. Sledge will actually rotate around on into cache. I'm not entirely sure that Bong know about this. He could find a free pick here. Oh, and there it is, the Mirror taken out. A Jaeger 9 a 1 versus 2 situation. Mem does have diffuser though, so he does have to cross on into the site, and he looks the wrong way, and he gets away just about with his life. Sledge will have to cover, but he doesn't, and there we go, it's all down to Mem. But no, Jaeger, the big clutch there, takes down both players. Oof, what a round. 6-4 now for Bong.
That was looking very fortunate for Mem as he crosses there, just gets away with his life. But unfortunately, the Sledge behind him holding the complete wrong angle. In that situation there, you should really be contesting the doorway, because that is effectively where they have to push through. Holding the angle through the wall, I'm not sure whether the sledge knew that the left-hand side wall of initiation was open, so that the angle that the sledge was holding was completely defunct because Jaeger could just push through the wall, which was open. So unfortunately, he gets taken out, and so does Mem. So it's a lost round for DC. A very good clutch from the Jaeger.
Now we will see Bong pushing on back to the bunk daycare site after they lost at their first attempt. They weren't happy with what they did. But as the other two sites that they have won so far are locked, they will be forced to play back here.
Yeah, we do see the introduction of the Ella this time for Bong. An Ella shotgun, in fact. So, personally, I believe it's one of the most infuriating weapons to go up against because it requires absolutely zero skill to get kills with. But I'm sure there's a valid reason for bringing the shotgun over the Scorpion. So, I'm sure we'll see that in due course. Probably just for making rotates. But there is a mute on board, and there is a castle, so already 2 shotguns. Maybe it's just personal preference. I have absolutely no idea. But either way, it's on the board. It's here in the round. So, DC, you're gonna have to deal with it.
Now the DC are choosing to go for this cache side attack. They will have to once again deal with all the utility placed here. There are bandit batteries, cast barricades. Not sure if they have mute jammers this time. There are actually a couple, but not really changing anything from when they attacked this the first time.
Yeah, it's going to be a very similar push from DC, really. Just trying to get control of this east side of the map through cache, through control, and the Thatcher will be absolutely imperative to this site to take.
We actually see the Ash here of Finn pushing in solo through the first floor. The Ella might be aware of Ash, knows she's rotating around, so looking for a flank, possibly up Dragon. But I want to see what this Ash can do. If she is able to find a free pick, and she does see there is one very close to her, that is the Jaeger, I believe, on drone. He will just about win the fight, unfortunately for Finn to lose that out. Remember, in the meantime, will find one. Ella will be in a fight in the meantime, trying to contest up these stairs. It is taken out. It's a good pick there from DC, so they have man advantage. Opening up the cast barricade, they are able to get on into initiation room now. They have 2 players in here to contest though. The caster takes a lot of damage, but is able to get back on into sight. The bandit also able to rotate away. So DC now have full map control of this east side. All 3 players of Bong will be playing near site now. You have all the angles held though, so these 4 players of DC will have a lot of work left to do with 45 seconds left. The castle is taken out, so it's now a 2 versus 4 effectively for Bong.
Yeah, it's all up to the bandit here and the Jaeger. So they've got a crossfire established. Not anymore, as the Jaeger ties. It looks like he's trying to go for that. The revive. Attackers have dropped the castle.
Thermite pushes in aggressively then, loses a gunfight. A grenade might sail out and find one, but there's an ADS, unfortunately catches that. A triple kill on the round for the Jaeger, so it's all down to 2 players left now. Not looking so good. And there's an unfortunate drop now for Maeve. 10 seconds left, his team gets taken out. It's all on to him to clutch this 1 versus 2. 5 seconds left. Not looking likely really. And so we go. Bong win out map 1, 7-4.
Yeah, that's an unfortunate round really. In that kind of position there, DC really should be winning that in a 4v2. But some excellent individual gun skill from the Jaeger wins out that round effectively for Bong, and they looked very, very comfortable on that map. 17 kills from the Jaeger. He was absolutely on top form for Bong today.
Now, as I said before, this was Bong's map pick. pick, so Cafe might swing another way because DC have been very strong on it in the past. Let's go talk to the players, see what they want to do. Good talk, guys.
Is
Do
it
we
consulate
want...
next or is it it's cafe next,
It's
isn't it?
Cafe,
Cafe.
yeah. Do you guys want a small break, or...?
Yeah, can you go like 5 minutes?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
How long?
5 minutes or so.
5 minutes. So 8
Oh,
o'clock
Enough
start.
time to make coffee.
Or 10 minutes,
Leave it
maybe.
at that time, Jay.
I don't care, 5 or 10, both is fine.
Phone me if anything happens, Reese. I'm just gonna go to your coffee.
Yeah, sure.
Okay guys, just at me in the chat when you guys want to start.
At Fredo.
In the chat, Finn. Okay. We're just taking a 5-minute break.
Excellent. I will be back with you in a little bit then.
Alright. Okay, we're back for map 2 of the grand final of SSL. We have Cafe with a Bong starting on the defense first. The Thatch ban will come out, not too uncommon, instead of the Caliban DC had before. Taking Thatch with the board will make life a lot harder for the attackers. A Thermite also banned out from DC themselves. Wow, it's gonna make things a lot harder to attack. A Valve ban also coming out from DC. It's a good idea, especially for a map like Cafe where there's so much vertical play to be had. C4 from below can be a death sentence for many players. And those Valve cams are what feeds the information to the Valkyrie plane below with that C4. And Mirror also banned out from Bong, not uncommon, especially on a map like Cafe. She could be put to real annoying use here. Especially considering Bong knows DC like to play the mirror, as they saw on map 1. Now Bong will choose out to go to kitchen first for their site. And because the Thatcher and the Thermite are both off the board, the hard breach that we see coming from DC are Maverick and Tabana together. It's a good choice. You really need those walls being opened up for the attack. And Maverick is one of your only options, really.
Defenders, protect your bombs from being defused by attackers.
Now we see a dock in play here from Bong. So I would assume they're going to play that dock behind the bakery counter, using that ACOG to their advantage. We also have a Mai here, who's placing a shield in the prep doorway. I'd imagine if they're playing someone in bakery, that they would want him to have the shield on that counter. But obviously they are preparing for when they lose bakery. They want to be able to hold out prep so they can still contest bakery directly from inside of prep.
I'm back.
Greetings, sir.
Here we are. Cafe, map 2.
Very fun.
Let's go.
Let us go.
DC on the attack.
Seems DC here opening up into Wedding, so they will be using these Hex Kairos on this on the bakery wall. And this will scare Doc off straight away, and bakery control conceded instantly. You still have these 3 players playing inside of prep room, so DC still have a lot of annoying people to deal with. There's no one behind the bakery counter, as they should know, and Maverick should be able to use that blowtorch to open up into prep. And actually he's being risky here, trying to destroy the shield. There we go, he's trying to just make a couple of holes in the prep wall so the attack can scare away these players. Although Maya is still allowed to just sit in this corner. I'm not sure what that was, really. I don't know what that is.
He was trying to shoot the impact through the little breach, maybe.
Maybe. Oh, a nice kill there from the Maverick, using that grenade to take care of little Mai playing inside of prep. So now it's bakery control for DC, and the Maverick should be able to get to work on this wall. Habana will open up into prep so they can cover. And actually, it's a C4 from the mute that might be. And there it is. That is the Maverick taking out Panic. Unfortunate there to lose his life, but Hibana should still be able to use her Kairos to open up the wall. Actually, no, she only has 1 set left, so they can't open up here. Doc will get taken down and finished off by the Asher holding a nice angle there. But with no more hard breach left, DC cannot actually get into sight through any wall. They have to go through the pre-existing doorways. They still have 3 players to find. They have the man advantage, but with 50 seconds left, they have to do a lot of work still. push on into sight. This mute will be pushing aggressively to try and take out the Hibana, but Hibana holding a nice angle will take him out, so mute down. He might be savable, but it is risky that, so he's probably going to stay down and out for the round, all down to the Jaeger and Castle left alone on site. Ash pushing here solo from the red corridor. Trying to find the Jaeger, almost gets his head taken off. Maeve will find one, it's all down to Jaeger, 1 versus 4 now. 18 seconds left, DC have to get this diffuser down. So there we go, diffuser going down, and if Jaeger wants to win, he has to stop this diffuser going down. Takes a lot of shots there from the Sophia, so he's down to very low health, peeks away, and there we go, Ash finishes him off. So that is DC winning first round of their attack on Cafe.
Yeah, DC looked much better than well, not much better. They looked very good on that attacking push there. Very confident in knowing what they were doing. The only little setback that they suffered was the C4 kill onto the Maverick, and I think that kind of set them back a little bit because they weren't too sure where to expend those Hibana pellets, because obviously they had a hole in each wall rather than 2 holes in one, which would allow them to get through. But either way, some nice picks come through from both, and they get the round win. So a very good first round for Digital Chaos.
After a failed attempt at kitchen, Bong will choose to go up to Bot attempt at defense.
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs.
They have chosen to bring the smoke this time, and you also have the mute as well. So that's 2 sets of shotguns that will be able to open up as many angles as Bong wants. We actually see barbed being played from the smoke, so no shield needed. They have the Omar using the shield most likely at pixel corner. Yeah, there it is. So smoke doesn't need to bring that shield as well for any angle. He's just choosing to bring barbed so they can figure out exactly where DC are pushing from.
One thing I have noticed over these last, certainly the last map and continuing into this map, is Bong's reliance on those operators with a lot of utility that is required to be burnt by the attackers for them in order to get into sight. They've often been bringing that Jaeger Wamai combo, and often with the mute pairing that to make it even more difficult for the attackers to even get information on the site, let alone make their way into the site. And so it's definitely a very useful defensive setup, and it makes it very difficult for the attackers. And they definitely made it work on part, so it's just a matter of whether they can make it work on Cafe against a very confident looking DC on the attack.
Now, Yale will be finding the opening pick there. A run out will net the kill onto Maeve. The Sophia straight off the board. And with all that utility, as you were talking about, to take care of, no more stuns to burn ADSs and no more impacts to take care of any castle barricades or shields. So they will be reliant entirely on the Maverick grenades, and there's Ash charges here. Ash will use 1 charge, and it might have taken, yeah, there we go, the shield taken out at Pixel, so Wumai is exposed now. Might be a repel in from the Ash. No, she's just waiting for that rotate, misses out on the Wumai. He does get on into the site now. So they have cigar control, but they still have to contest this mute who's playing close to Pixel. Membry will, in the meantime, will find one. That is the Smoke take it down early, and Castle as well. Smoke losing out early is not ideal, as you can't use those toxic babes to delay the push for any longer. A second there tagged on from the Urbana, and that's the Wumai taken out as well. No more magnets to be placed down. It's all down to Mute and Jaeger, 2 versus 4 now. Mute really panicking right now. He doesn't know what to do, or just trying to figure out if he can use that C4. Mute taken down there after Jaeger finds one, and there you go, a second tagged on. And that's DC's second round win, looking really strong on Cafe attack so far.
Yeah, it looked like it was going to be a very difficult task at the start, as the Jaeger gets a nice run-out kill onto the Zofia. So it looked like it was going to be a mammoth task to be able to get into this site and overcome the amount of utility that Bong bringing. But two nice frags from memory really open up this site and allowed for DC to be able to get more picks and to establish themselves on the map. And that really meant that in the end, they won the round because of it. And it was just an excellent show of attacking prowess, really, from DC.
DC really showing why they chose to go to this map. Super strong on it, very comfortable. And so far with 2 attacking round wins, they're really setting the pace for this map. We are looking likely to go to a map 3, honestly, if DC keep up this pace.
Yeah, we did see Bong go back to the same site that they've just defended, and with the exact same setup, so it's probably just going to be a case of let's retry it, because it did look like it was working at the start, but then it looked like it was either just poor movement and poor positioning, or whether it was just lost gunfights that led to Bong losing their lives in that round. But it looks like a very similar setup.
To me, it did seem like a case of lost gunfights. We see the smoke this time switching off of that barbed onto the shield, so they will be playing the shield to watch default corner. I'm not entirely sure how this will help what went wrong for Bong last time, but it's a nice change from the castle barricade placed here.
I think the castle barricade there just meant that they couldn't contest anyone trying to push in from that deep balcony side in through from shop. So it just means now that they are able to contest it. A very weird little piece of glass there that's still not broken on our window from the ash. But we've got the hatch open, hatch is being droned, and they are just expending those flash grenades, trying to get rid of all the my utility.
So Fear is taken out by a smoke canister. Already losing a life. I can't look at the body though, because the camera won't rotate that far around. There she is. She must have been downed and then the smoke canister to finish her, yeah.
That seems how it is,
it's
and
easy
that's
every day.
twice now that
We'll see Ash. Ash already repelling into minibar. He has full cigar control, but this open wall here at Trash will make life a lot harder for DC to try and open up this wall. Once again, he has this replay very close to Pixel with the shotgun. And then once again, we'll get a opening kill there, and Smoke once again taken off the board. Not fortunate there for them to lose out Smoke, as those 2 running toxic babes would have been useful. The C4 is saved there somehow. Not shot that from DC. Meat once again back to his little hidey hole. Hibana will tag on a second kill there, so it's all down to 3 players left for Bong.
Yeah, and it's what we've previously discussed. DC are just winning their gunfights on this map.
Beautiful C4 there from Mute. Not entirely sure how he was able to get away with peeking that, but that is Maverick now taken off the board. Not entirely sure if he did open the wall. No, he didn't manage to finish. He was so close, but he just didn't finish it. So now it's a 2 versus 3 now in favour of, rather, a 2 versus 2, actually. Lalan will find one. It's all down to Meat, 1 versus 2. Sees one at default, gets shot up a little bit. Players rotate away, so men will have to plant somewhere else. So this Hibana will have to cover his teammate. Diffuser is down now, so he has 2 players left to play against.
Diffuser goes down in cocktail. We do see the Hibana just playing in white corridor. The Mute is playing right into Lalan's hands here. He just he gets the kill. 3 rounds for DC on the attack. An absolutely brilliant show of attacking skill coming out here. 6 kills already from the Hibana. Looking very, very strong so far is DC.
Yeah, Bong so far looking slightly lost as to what to do against DC on this map. Kitchen is going to get picked out again. It's interesting that
they're not going to go to any of the middle floor sites.
Yeah, I would imagine Bong, after failing all these sites so heavily, that they would choose to go to Reading, as that is often seen. That's one of the best sites on the map, really.
Yeah, interesting. I'd like to know why they aren't choosing those middle floor sites after both of the sites that they've already chosen have gone wrong for them. So it'd be interesting to know
Attackers need
why
to
they're
locate
not so
and defuse
secure on
bombs.
those sites. Whether it be that they simply don't like this map, so they haven't been practicing those particular sites for it, or whether they simply don't feel comfortable running those strats against DC. We'll never know really. But they go back to bottom floor. Not too much difference. No, really. I'm not sure if there's any different operators. I believe they might have had a mute last time, and they now have bandit. So I'm not sure if they had a bandit before.
10 seconds
I don't
They
think
didn't have a
they
bandit
did,
before,
though.
they had the mute instead.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how the bandit will really change things up for them. It shouldn't really make any difference if they're going to use it on the
Attackers must
wall.
locate and defuse a bomb.
Especially since
Or we will
Panic
actually
is bringing
see
that Maverick.
one bandit actually placed here on Bakery, so Doc will be able to play in here for a lot longer than he did before.
Yeah, that's a good addition. That is a very good addition. Yeah, I'm now going to have to clear that out before the Hibana can get the wall open.
Ooh, aggressive peeks there from the bandit, almost loses his life to the Hibana. Still playing aggressive here inside of Wedding. Drone will come out, that's a lost drone, unfortunately there for DC. He's able to prone, C4 chucked out, might find someone, nope, he's able to rotate away though. Really not ideal there for the bandit, loses most of his health and loses C4 as well. Bandit though will be able to take care of Xcaris, and that's a really big loss for DC. You don't want to be losing a hard breach on this map, especially when you need that hard breach to take care of this dock. At this point, DC might have to really rotate around and try and push Freeze aside instead, because contesting this dock without opening this wall up is going to be near impossible. Two stims will come out there from the dock and Bandit back up to full health. Only one stim left in pocket now. And DC really have just stalled out at this point. They've got no control whatsoever, and it could really spell their doom. Once again, Xcaris expended and wasted. Doc will find the opening pick there, use its final stim to heal himself up. And they get unfortunate there to lose the Maverick first thing. You don't want him to be pushing in first. Really unfortunate there. I haven't actually seen Ash entirely this round, and she is pushing solo in the brown bar area. He's getting droned in here from Mem. But it's really not looking good so far for DC. They have a minute left, 4 versus 5, and they don't have any way really to get into sight.
Yeah, it's been an excellent adaptation to bring that bandit from Bong, and it's really played into their hands. DC have not been able to deal with it effectively. There was a chance Hibana could have dealt with them, unfortunately just not enough damage was dealt. So here we are, we're in a 4v5 now, 40 seconds left on the clock. DC Finn just holding a tight angle, just trying to see if anyone will.
Ooh, a beautiful shot there from Mem will take care of the bandits. It's a 4 versus 4 now. But DC only have 25 seconds left, so they have to get into sight to try and get the diffuser down.
Yeah, this is going to be very tight.
Castle is down to mute. The wife finds one. It's down to 2 players left on Bong. Ash also taken out, so it's 1 versus 3 now, I think, all down. Actually, no, it's 2 versus 3 as the Hibana is picked up as well. Lalon finds one, and unfortunately there, just missed out defeat from Mem. The diffuser just isn't able to go down. That was so unlucky there.
Yeah, just trapped on that little metal sort of cage looking thing. I can't think of the right name for it. It just unfortunately just trapped on that.
I guess
on
it's
that
a kind
piece
of
the map there.
rack.
Trolley. That's it's kind of
Trolley.
it's a trolley rack.
Trolley rack.
Sort of looking thing. Yeah, just because he's so tight up to it up front. Diffuser can't clip through it, so he can't get it down, unfortunately. So yeah.
And Bong will be choosing to go back once again to bar and cocktail. Don't know why. They failed at it twice. They should really be going to reading. But obviously just not comfortable on that site, so bar is the only option they have, as they cannot actually go back to kitchen at all in this half.
Yeah, I'm not sure why they're not playing those middle floor sites. Whether it's because the bands from DC didn't go exactly how Bong wanted them, and potentially that could have screwed up what they were hoping to do on those sites. So maybe they're just not going to play them because they don't have their operator lineup that they wanted on the site, potentially. But yeah, they're not going there. They've gone back to top floor for a third time. Hopefully they can pick up the W.
One alteration I like from Bong this round is the addition of a pulse to the lineup. So he can play below and really contest the players, and Finstone somehow isn't spotted out here. I'm not entirely sure how. But there we go. Bong will have this player down here with the C4, and DC, if they want to push on into Cigar as they have been doing before, they have to take care of him first, or they will find themselves losing a player or two inside a Cigar.
Yep. He'll be very helpful to be assisting the mute in either letting the mute know, letting the one might know whereabouts in Cigar Lounge the players are, or even providing help with kills from the C4.
Ooh.
So either way, this boss is going to be good to the round. Oh, Finn
almost lost his life. Already used all his stuns. He did burn an ADS, but I don't think he can get the shield. Actually, no, he does. Not enough magnets in place to take care of all of them. So,
yep.
Once again, takes the corner taken care of. Not ideal, really.
Rotates back into Cocktail, and that's where he'll remain. Smoke is playing in backroom close to Pixel though, so he can contest anyone that is going to push up close. You do see Pulse is playing on those middle red stairs at the moment, so he's going to be providing a lot of information for his team. Just calling out that there are people on the roof. There is Mem. He is on those middle to top red stairs there. He's droning, so I'm not sure there's going to be much.
Oh, that's not a kill. That's hard floor. Oh no. Well, never mind, the Pulse fucked up. So he doesn't need to be cleared out. He can still give intel to his team.
He could have had an easy kill on the IQ.
But once again,
on those stairs, but the first kill comes out again from Hibana.
And a second there from Panic. Both the mute and the Almighty taken off the board again. Not looking good for Bong. The smoke will actually be able to take care of Finn, so it's a good answer back from Bong, but they still have 4 players to find. DC only have 50 seconds left to find these last remaining players, who are all upstairs now inside of the site area. IQ will get taken down, a nice peek there from Pulse, but he is refragged out from the Maverick. 3 versus 2 now, 35 seconds left. These peak holes inside of Freezer will not gain much as Jaeger finds one of his own, so 2 versus 2 now. DC, ooh, very close there for Panic, and he does get shot in the back, deadly there from the smoke to take care of him. It's all down to Maeve now, and he will get gassed out. He is choking on that Maeve, and there we go. Jaeger finishes things off, and Bong with 2 rounds of their own in a row to answer back to DC's 3. But now, Bong will have their biggest struggle yet, as they have to go to Reading or Mining, 2 sites which they haven't chosen to go to so far because they don't seem to be very confident on them.
Yeah, obviously they are now forced to go to one of these 2 sites as the 2 sites that they've previously won are locked out. We do see they go to Reading Room, which has been the more common of the 2 middle floor sites. We have seen a bit of play of both sites at a professional level, and both have been proving pretty good for the defenders, but Reading's the one we see chosen here. 6 picks coming out from both teams. We see the Sledge from the Maverick, which is a pretty good choice for this map. A lot of soft destruction can be done from above. And a weird choice, which was the Rook from the defenders. I'm not sure whether that was a random potentially, but that's picked off onto the Legion.
Yeah, interesting this time, Bong actually not banning out the Legion, and instead picking him this time. Nice footholds here from Reading, and I assume we're going to be seeing the same inside of Fireplace. So the defenders inside of Reading can get a long angle into this Fireplace area, and it will allow Bong to hold this site entirely from Reading.
Yeah, this is a pretty standard take, well, pretty standard hold on this site, just to make lots of footholds in that wall so that it makes the plan very, very difficult to in that site. It could be held pretty
Attackers
much
are heading out to
anywhere
defuse a bomb.
in Reading or even on White Stairs if you're playing anybody there. But we see the mute is currently alone upstairs, so whether it's going to be a solo hole, we do see him just making a few holes into Reading below to be able to hold onto particular doorways.
I wouldn't necessarily place the mute up there. I'd rather have the Jaeger and Legion upstairs preferably, and then have the mute down below so we can test vertical plays with the shotgun and use the C4 as well.
Yeah.
But anyway, DC will be playing up here on the top floor. They are looking to push down into the building. Propelling here coming out from the west side windows, and they are looking to push on into Cigar. There is no play at Pixel, so they have Cigar free to take really. They have to contest this one player of the mute still alone here, not ideal for him. Have to contest all these pushes.
Yeah, it's going to be very difficult for the mute to really be able to test all of this top floor aggression from DC, and he's going to be wasting a lot of that SMG-11 ammo just trying to pre-fire.
Beautiful shot,
Nice
will
kill
take out
comes
Maeve.
onto the Zofia. Again, Maeve is the victim of the opening frag.
Maeve not having a great game.
No, he's not having the best of games so far. It's been very...
Sledge throws a nade out but loses his life in the fight. And it's Mute with 2 big kills so far. He does a lot of damage onto the Ash, and then will find a refrag there using that Claymore onto the Jaeger. Chevy really aggressive here. He will get blind to that, and Finn should be able to get a free kill here. Or not, somehow he does in the end. Just about wins out that gunfight. So DC 2 frags will find themselves at a 3-3 even man count now. They still have a minute to work with as well to use this vertical play they have earned.
DC are at a big disadvantage now because they have lost their 2 soft breaches. The only one they really have left is the Ash, and considering that Finn obviously is an Ash, you would bring flashbangs. The only soft destruction Ash has is those breaching charges, and with only 2 of them it makes it very difficult for them to be able to get much soft destruction at all. Obviously if they still had that Sledge and the Zofia on board it would have been a lot easier, but those were the opening frags for Bong, so
Attackers bomb diffuser
yeah,
has been dropped.
unfortunate for DC, but we'll see what
Panic
they
and then
pick up.
both taking it all down to Finn now, 1 versus 3.
15 seconds
Yeah,
remaining.
he's spotted out, he's been taken out to very low health. One player at Pixel, smokes off the door. Another player in the hallway, gets lit up a lot by Finn, but no, he's taken out by the Legion. A nice comeback from Bong, from 3-0 to bring it back to a 3-3 in the end there for them.
DC played that last minute horribly. They all pushed very solo, aggressive angles and lost out their individual gunfights, which lost them the round. If they had read into how Bong were holding that, they would have realised that Leisure was playing down on the first floor, Castle was playing solo inside a train, and Smoke was the only one inside of Reading. If they had tried to push in from Pillar, they could have overwhelmed the Smoke easily, and then got a plant down in Reading instead of pushing down the stairs and in the Cigar hatch, all very solo. I don't know what DC were doing there, honestly. But Bong will bring things back to a 3-3 split, 3 perfect rounds in a row from themselves, just as DC did to them initially. DC, though, will be, or supposedly have the advantage now as they have the fence.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see how DC start on the defensive side. We do see the introduction of Mozzie. Sometimes going to be playing the Australian drone stealer. And Finn, of all people, I wouldn't expect that. I'd expect him to be probably on the Jaeger as he usually is. But Finn's going to be playing on the Maestro.
Not sure why Maeve is playing on the Jaeger.
Maeve has taken the role of the Jaeger, although he hasn't had the best game so far, so not sure.
I assume they're probably going to play the Jaeger not as you would normally have him. They're probably going to play him more reserved side of sight and then have probably the Mozzie playing as the roamer with that C4 from below. But
It's definitely a
it doesn't look like
possibility.
he's dropping, so he might just play in the top floor. Yeah, we have a nice hold here from DC. Ooh. Is doing bad things. Not sure if that's the server issues or just me.
No, that is you.
That feels bad. Yeah, that's what's going on. Men will be pushing out of cigar shop and into site once again. We have the Red Wall open now from Habana, and we have the Sophia rappelling on this minibar window, trying to take care of the magnets and then trying to use her impact to take care of the shield of Pixel.
Yeah, unfortunately Fred's internet is currently taking a dump, so hopefully that can be back up and running at full capacity as soon as possible, so that we can get this game back underway properly, because at the moment it's making life a bit difficult for everyone trying to play. Twitch does get the first kill though onto the Jaeger, and Maeve again is the victim of the opening frag. He's not having the best of games so far. They have dealt with the shield at Pixel now, so they can begin to take control of Cigar. The Wamai is now just holding that angle on top white stairs. Twitch gets a second kill onto the smoke of Panic. It's not looking too good. Another kill comes out though, and it's the refrag, but it's onto the Habana this time, so he will be playing on those white stairs with Wamai. And Finn is taken out by the Zofia there, so it leaves it in a 2v4. One of them is this roam operator. The Zofia does get taken down though. So applying shots will be the one
located by attackers.
Tags coming in from above, but Mem isn't able to get the C4, they're just all in the wrong place. The Wamai is taken out inside a freezer, so it's all up to Mem from below, but look at the server lag, can he get it off in time? He can't, and he even doesn't get the kill. And he gets taken out from below by the Twitch. Oh, DC. Unfortunate. The lag not playing into their hands.
Could you understand what I was saying before, by the way?
What were you saying?
As in, like, could you actually hear my voice, or was it just like going to shit because of the internet lag?
I could hear it a little bit, but some things were going a little bit roboty. I could
Okay.
understand most of it though. You're fine now, I think.
Yeah, I think it might be okay. I don't know. I don't know what happened to me there.
Well, I was getting trouble listening to your voice and the stream that I'm watching, so I was like, yeah, it's definitely you.
I don't think it was affecting the players because they're not complaining about any lag. I think it was just the way I was seeing it.
Yeah, it might just be you, just having some weird internet issues. But DC, they will go to bottom floor after their failed top floor defense. We see the introduction for Goyo. May will be going onto the roam on the vigil. Mem plays the smoke. And then we also have a Jaeger and a Maestro. We see Finn back onto his preferred role of the Jaeger. He's a born fragger, is his man. So we'll see what he can be put to use. See if he can be put to use playing this Jaeger. As Panic takes the role of the Maestro.
You know, I've noticed something. Ever since DC were winning 3-0 up, Bong have come back and won 4 rounds in a row. After I said DC were looking really strong on this map, and they are looking to push us to map 3, so I might have inflicted them with the caster's curse, which is not ideal for DC.
It's definitely a big case of commentator's curse / caster's curse here. You've doomed DC, how dare you?
Well, I will say this though, Bong are looking very strong, and if they keep things up at the same pace, they will be opening things up. Twitch. Interesting. Goyo blows up his own shield to kill the Twitch, but also loses his own life in the process. Both top fraggers for both sides off the board straight away. But as I was saying, Bong obviously looking strong, and we might not be seeing a map 3 if they carry on this pace. Anyway, 4 versus 4. Now, as we have the side of Bong pushing into breach, I don't know what IQ's doing there. Finn able to use vertical play and Maeve with one of his own. I don't know why Bong are only pushing Bakery really when they have no presence upstairs at all, and they still have the Roma of Finn up here and Maeve using these vertical holes.
Yeah, that's a really poor choice of a really poor thing to do there from Bong. They should really know better. They should really.
They're trying to get in again.
Either drone that bottom floor. They're still trying to get through that hole, but can't. And damage taken from the Hibana, I imagine, from Finn playing above. But they really need to deal with this vertical presence. Look, Maeve's just doing more damage onto the Hibana. They're still trying to get through these tiny holes, but playing the angles from above is proving to be absolutely brilliant for DC because they have there's no resistance. They're being freely allowed to play up here, and Bong are doing absolutely nothing about it. They will be in this red corridor now, though, trying to push in through the kitchen double door. We see the smoke is there, ready, primed to throw those canisters out and deal with any opposition that will face him. You do see the Hibana just holding an angle off the stairs. He won't be able to get anything. They'll just be holding the angles. But Nomad still on full health, just playing next to that whiskey double door. We see Finn rotating down brown stairs. Will he be able to get anyone?
Ooh.
Takes some damage onto the Nomad. Finishes off the Nomad there. Oh, doesn't quite get the kill.
Hey, there it is. DC just about went out the round there. Much stronger on kitchen, it looks like, honestly.
I don't know whether it was a case of DC being stronger
or Bong just sucking ass.
Bong being. I don't know whether it's complacency.
I think they just don't know how to attack that site, to be fair. They just want to do a full bakery attack without clearing anything whatsoever.
Yeah, Bong have shown two sides of themselves on this map so far. The first 3 rounds on this map that they lost, they were completely different. They were absolutely blown away by everything that DC were doing. They were blown completely out of water. The next 3 rounds that they won, they looked much stronger. They looked like the Bong that we saw on Theme Park. And then that one just then, they yet again looked like they had no idea what they were doing. They had no vertical presence, which allowed 2 roamers just to get kills on vertical angles that are obviously going to be held. You haven't droned out the site, you're pushing through angles that haven't been droned, you have no intel on the site, but you're still pushing through those holes. It wasn't a good push from Bong, really, and from a team of their caliber, it really should be better. No, I'm not taking anything away from DC. It was a good defensive round from DC. They played very well. But I'm just saying, it was a poor round from
left before insertion.
But DC do move to the middle floor sites now. Obviously not as scared as Bong were to go to these middle floor sites, and they do opt to go for reading. It's looking like it's going to be a very off-site hold coming in from DC, so I imagine there's going to be a lot of players playing upstairs. We do see the Maestro is going to be playing inside of Train, and the Smoke playing. I have no idea. Probably somewhere down in reading room. That's the most common spot to hold, is just behind those couches in reading, just to be able to contest the vertical angle with the shotgun. We do see quite a heavy east side presence from Bong, so it looks like they're going to potentially try.
Ooh, is this going to be a rush? I think it is. I think that's what we're seeing.
I'm not sure if DC are going to be ready for this. There's 5 Bong members stacked up outside of Pillar's door.
Oh no.
DC are not prepared for this.
Oh dear. Oh dear.
That's not gone well.
Well, there we go. You have Memory taken out the smoke off the board straight away, and also the might as well. Jaeger taken out as well, and it's all down to Panic. He was taken out as well. Flawless round for Bong. What a round! I don't even know what to say about that.
I don't really have any words for that.
I don't know what the fuck that was.
I think that's the kind of round where you just kind of accept that it happened and move on.
I thought that rush was going straight in the bin the second that Goyo shields popped. because they couldn't get into sight, but they found a pick anyway, and they found a second pick, and then they just kept finding picks and they won. I don't know what that was.
kind of like a rabbit in the headlights, really. He was just behind
Yeah.
that shield.
He
as
heard
it
the
gets
shield
blown
go
up,
off, and he fucking
he
shits
runs
himself
away.
and runs.
Yeah. Also, whoever the Jaeger was, I believe it was Finn, got absolutely smacked.
Yeah, using that vertical angle, he should have been able to find at least one for himself, but the Sophia flicks up and just
wastes absolutely no bullets, fires only a
just
few shots and takes out Jaeger with the head.
tucks him straight into bed.
Oh.
Says goodnight. Don't let the bed bugs
Beautiful
bite.
kill.
Oh god.
Beautiful kill. Obviously, Bong heard what I had to say about them in the previous round, so they've gone, right, let's turn the fucking hack switch on. And
Located by a
they've completely shown me up, because that was an incredible display of pure gun skill. And cheese, I believe, is the common term there. Is the term used to describe restaurants, often.
10 seconds to insertion.
And I would agree.
I don't see Bong getting away with another round like that, honestly.
No. I hope they should. They
Attackers'
shouldn't.
objective is to defuse
Because
the bomb.
DC should now not expect this, but should be at least prepared for it if it ever should happen.
Attackers dropped the diffuser.
So
Attackers recovered the bomb
Bong will
diffuser.
need to definitely become a bit more tactical in these next few rounds if they're going to bring up a win against DC. As they go back to top floor, a site which DC lost the first time round, I believe. Yeah, they lost the first time round. Bong. So they'll be looking to get their first defensive win on this site. Unfortunately, their Mossy Pest gets taken out very quickly from the Hibana, but Finn is
Dear, what is
downstairs.
going on? Twitch somehow sneaks past Finn.
I'm not sure if Finn
Oh.
knows about it either.
Oh no.
I think he might, but I think
Nomad in the meantime will find an opening, pick smoke, take it out early. Really, really bad there for DC to lose out the smoke so early on. And Finn trying to do a run out from Bakery. He does see one, but he's actually not going for it. Just needs to rotate up the stairs. A second kill there for the Twitch, and that is May taken out as well. And Finn will be taken out soon as well. If this Twitch had ears, no, he allows Finn to find a kill there. And the Twitch somehow, even though he knows there's C4 from below, Twitch doesn't even know about it. He's just placing a claymore. He's none the wiser, and Finn is able to get away scot-free and use this vertical angle to maybe even find a second. Nope, the player goes onto the roof, and the Twitch is trying to go at white stairs. I'm not sure what this Twitch is even doing.
Finn could get the kill on this. If he goes through,
They seem completely unaware of each other. It's very strange. He's actually going all the way up. And somehow the Might doesn't hear the barbs right behind him. And then he goes to Fear tags on, it's all down to Finn. And if he wants to win this round, he will have to ace. 50 seconds left, diffuser going down for Bong. And there we go, taking out Twitch. I don't know what to say to that. Twitch
as I
and
said last round, that's the kind of round where you just kind of get on with it and say,
Twitch
yeah.
and Mozzie dancing around each other for God knows how long.
I have no idea how that managed to work. For the Twitch in particular, crouching up those white stairs, through barbed wire, and the Wamai doesn't react. Whether that's some sort of sound bug, where it just makes no noise, or whether it's just a complete lack of game awareness from the Wamai. We don't know, and I certainly don't. I don't have game sound, so you know. But at the end of the day, not very good defensive showing from DC
Attackers
on that
need to
site.
locate and
So
defuse
they are
bombs.
going to retreat back to the bottom floor, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah, the site that they trounced Bong on, so let's see if they can do it again. And Bong actually on match point already, 6-4. Now if they win this, then they win the entire cup as well.
So this is championship point as they say in Le Tennis. Bong, potentially 3 minutes away
10 seconds to
from
insertion.
being crowned the victors of the SSL Cup
Remaining.
Season 1.
Attackers must locate and defuse
But
a
in
bomb.
front of them is the 5 members of the Digital Chaos roster to try and prevent this.
Now,
It's a big
after...
task for them to overcome.
Ooh, that's unfortunate.
Yes.
Well, the
I
top
believe that's the
fragger,
top frag.
the Twitch already gone. So, Bong at a man disadvantage straight away, and no more Twitch drones will mean no more taking care of any utility. But there's nothing on the wall that you really need to take care of, so it's not the biggest loss of utility. But Bong this time will be choosing to just change their attack up, not just pushing Bakery this time. They will be pushing on up to try and clear out these roamers upstairs. Hibana will be using her Icarus to open up the freezer wall. That's all 3 sets expended already. A frag that will come through. 2 in fact. Finn finds 1 but is refragged as well, so it's all down to 3 versus 3 now. Somehow Bong have managed to swing this sort of in their favour. They still have 1 minute and 50 seconds left, but they still have all 3 of these players left down below to fight. They have full map control as that both the roamers are taken out.
Yep, the roam presence taken care of from Bong. So all they have to do now is find the angles onto these guys on site. And hopefully be able to win this one for themselves. But it's going to be a difficult task. They've got to push through individual doorways because they've got no more hard breach left, unfortunately. So they can either come in through this freezer door. They obviously have that double kitchen door.
And then still just have all 3 smoke canisters left in pocket. So he can delay at least 30 seconds using these. And he might want to start using them soon as Bong are pushing in, the IQ in. I want to collect, I can't select her fast enough. Mem will find
takes him
that
out there with
kill.
the SMG-11.
So that's 3 versus 2 now. Bong looking once again really stuck as what to do on this site. Here you go, smoke canisters are expended. A small whiff taken in from the Nomad and she runs away. Hibana here just so close to the Goyo. Very close to one another. The Goyo is now aware of this Hibana's position. C4 sails out and that should be a kill. No, Hibana's put down to very low health but somehow escapes with her life. 25 seconds left and still 1 smoke canister in the pocket. A nice shot there from Wamai Goyo and it's all down to Nomad. 1 versus 3. He finds a beautiful shot onto the Goyo. Goyo shield is popped though and he has nowhere to go in. He's going to burn and die if he goes in. There he is, finished off, and we will most likely be going into a rehost to get Bong's 5th player back in.
No calls in the chat for a rehost at the moment, so we'll just be checking that. I can only assume they will want the rehost in a 4v5.
Yep, so we're going for a rehost.
Yep.
Oh joy, I have to set up the fucking lobby again.
It's 6-5 as well.
Ah, isn't this fun?
Yeah, enjoy.
Got to go to comp, got to go to spectator. Oh god, try and remember the band ops for me, will you?
Oh god. I wasn't even here for the band ops.
Team starting matches attackers is orange team.
Anyone in
First team
chat, if you can let us know what the band ops were, if you were watching at the time and have a good enough memory to remember what they were, please remind Frey what they were. Also, Jordan, yes, I agree. Frey does need to share his renown. He's got too much victories
I
and
have
good.
a lot of renown.
A lot of renown, a lot of R6 credits, and frankly, I want them.
Okay, so that's 3-3.
I believe there was a Valkyrie ban.
There was indeed. Right, so blue 1 bar, orange 1 kitchen, blue 1 bar.
So it was 3-0, 3-3,
Blue 1
4-3,
reading,
4-4, and now it's 6-4, and then
orange 1
6-5.
kitchen, so it's orange 1, blue 1, blue 2, orange 2.
To reply to your question,
3,
Jordan, that you've just
4,
posed me
5,
there, I did
6.
read your previous messages, only just, and I would like to say that I did get slammed by Lagger. I did not have the best of games, so that is on me.
Falk
But,
mirror.
Yes, I did slam a bunch of silvers. It happened.
Thatch and Thermite, that's it.
No offense to Ned Flanders, if any of you are watching, I'm sure they're not. Because, you know. But, yes.
Okay, so orange started as attack, and then on a overtime, attack should be Bong, which is blue. Yep, okay. I believe that's all correct. Okay, let's go.
You can always count on Squiz to remember the bands. Much appreciated, sir. Thank you for your service.
Now, DC, after winning out kitchen, but failing on the top floor, reading will be the site picked out once again from them. Obviously hoping this time Bong don't come up with some crazy rush strategy. A nice 6-pick here off of the Goyo, and the Legion picked out instead. It's a good idea to stop out that rush. Really slow them in their tracks.
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many bombs as they can.
Right, here we go. Round number 12. Still championship point here, if you can call it that, for Bong. DC need to win this round to take it to overtime. And they take it to reading room. That is where this round is going to be playing out. And this is going to be one of the biggest rounds that DC have ever played. They need to win this round, otherwise this is all over. They have lost.
5 seconds.
So it's all on this one. Panic after quite a lot of shooting does take out that Twitch drone.
We do see DC setting up in pretty much the same way as they had before, holding up from above, using the shield here at Cocktail. Bong this time look like they're going to try and push in from Cigar, which is not uncommon.
Looks like Bong going to be going to the roof. So they're going to be trying to get this top floor control. Just opening those hatches there. Nothing out of the ordinary. They're just going to be trying to taking all the top floor presence. We do see one player playing a Pixel. I believe that'll be the Wamai if anybody.
Attackers dropped the
And
diffuser.
I'm correct.
It's a lot of
So
damage
they're going
taken
to
from
have to-
Mem already, actually.
Recovered their diffuser.
Yeah, I'm not sure where that's from. Maybe it's from the Twitch repelling on the fireplace window. But not too sure. Either way, he will be left out of one shot. So only one bullet will seal his fate. But he won't be that silly as to peek again. He'll just gonna sit in that corner, hold the angles. As we see the reminders get pushed back away from Pixel though, and he will rotate down White Corridor. He's just gonna leave Pixel alone. He's wasted a minute and a half of Bong's time. So
Yeah,
still
only a minute and
no
20
map
seconds,
presence,
and
really.
Bong really haven't taken much. Finn will find the opening frag that Habana taken down. That's not ideal. We still have the Twitch repelling here on the site window. But Bong really needs to find some sort of headway. Gumine will sail out and be in the way of the Sophia. She takes that out. And Twitch repels into Fireplace and instantly taken out by Panic. Legion taken out after being flashed as well. And Jaeger with a second kill on the round for him. Beautiful shot there. But will get refrag. 2 kills for Bong, and it's now actually down to 2 versus 2. 40 seconds left. And Bong actually look like they're in a good position to win this. Smoke canisters do start to sail out. Mem still has 2 in the pocket, so 20 seconds shaved off that clock. So Bong can only really have about 20 seconds really to push on in. Still 2 canisters, both players low health. IQ pushing on
Very winnable
in.
for Bong here though.
Smoke canisters come in. Smoke will find 1, and it's actually down to 2. Oh no, Bong win things out, and there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Bong are your Season 1 SSL champions. What a messy finish.
Yeah! Not quite the finish that you'd want. You'd want a more of a showy display, but unfortunately it ends on a little bit of a whiff from whoever it was playing. It was Panic on the Maestro, so a little bit of a whiff. But yeah, it was looking strong in that last round for DC, I thought. But they just lose some frags.
Yeah, unfortunate for them to lose it out like
Yeah.
that. I really thought DC would get pushed out to overtime.
Looks like DC aren't in the mood to stay in the lobby. 2 of them have already gone.
Okay, well, we'll be ending the stream there. Thank you for tuning in, everyone. That was a fun little game.
Yeah, very